Chair Beth Jones, and I'm co-chair of the Crawford County Concerned Citizens. And I'm one of those people I guess you didn't want to see here. And maybe I should apologize for coming, but actually I was asked to come by several of the concerned citizens of Crawford County to come and try to explain to you what kind of situation that we were put through for 2 years and how passionate and strongly we felt about this subject, and how the people down there were worried about their health and their welfare. And what does go on in other counties, we're just your neighbor, does affect us. And Scottsburg was just our neighbor. I mean, when you realize that our biomass plant was going to set like 30 seconds from Harrison County, how do you differentiate between I live on this side of the county and I live on this side of the county? Well, you don't count because you live in Harrison County, but you count if you live in Crawford County. I will say our commissioners never took a view that anybody from any other place was not welcome and not welcome to speak. They welcomed everybody, and so I would give them a thumbs up for that. We wanted to explain to you, yes, property values. Property did not sell in Crawford County for 2 years. We had real estate people that was very upset. That was one big issue. There was houses around the site for sale that could not be sold. So we had issues of water there. Our 32 megawatt biomass plant was going to take almost 800,000 gallons of water a day. We don't understand why yours is not using that much, but ours was, Scott. So, you know, they started out saying they were going to use 200,000 to come into a community and tell them you're using 200,000, and then all of a sudden, as research, as citizens done research, and we got to looking at other plants, because it's very easy to look at other biomass plants to see what they use, what their emissions are, and what's going on there. And then finally they admitted that they needed 800,000 gallons of water. They said that the pollution would not fall on us, but when they submitted their map showing where it was going to go, it was going right on top of us. Many things that the group that come in there to build the biomass plant said were not true. So what we were trying to come here to tell you is that some of this stuff is not what it seems. And we do not consider biomass renewable. We consider it dirty. We consider it another little dirty plant being set. Instead of one area, there's going to be 8 to 10 of them set in this community in southern Indiana. That is the press release from Duke Energy in 2008, that there would be 8 to 10 biomass facilities in southern Indiana. The citizens there decided, we knew that the electricity was not going to be provided to Crawford County. It was going, with the PPO, it was going down the line. We would not see lower rates. All we would see would be the lack of water, the pollution, and the property rates go down. We proved all this to our commissioners there in Crawford County. The Scottsburg people with the 15 doctors, every doctor in their county come on board against biomass. We have 70,000 doctors across the country that have said no to biomass. 70,000. You get that many doctors to agree on anything, you've done quite a feat. So we're not here to confront you and telling you how to do your business. We were here as your friends and neighbors to confide in you and to explain to you what we had went through. You've got citizens here tonight that are looking for you for the answers to help protect them. I'm sure that they will probably stand up tonight and tell you that their health and welfare is the first thing on their mind, not maybe their electric bill right now tonight. They struggle with that, and we all do. And probably rates are going to go up for everybody. It's already been announced that rates would go up. So what you're going to do, I don't think it's not going to have one bit of difference in anybody's electric bill. But it will have something to do with their health. It will have something to do with their well-being. And it will have something to do with their property values. And I think on behalf of them, I wish that you would really consider what you're doing. And remember, it does not just affect you. We're only a few miles away. It'll affect all of us in these communities. Thank you.
May I ask a question, please?
Yes.
What was the source of the biomass that was Scottsburg and Crawford County was going to burn?
Liberty Green was first said they were going to burn wood, and then they were going to burn switchgrass and corn stovers, which I disputed because switchgrass is poison to horse, sheep, and goats, and I have goats and horses. And planting switchgrass in Crawford County was a worry to me because I did not want it in my hay fields. And then the corn stovers, they were harvesting corn stovers in Illinois. And actually the farmers there were doing all the harvesting. And the group that come in to harvest, it didn't work. It was a failure. Purdue even admitted at one of our meetings in Crawford County that corn stovers was a failure. Then they admitted at your meeting, or at Huntingburg at the meeting, that corn stovers should go back in the ground. We are talking about Wisconsin. And I've done a lot of research looking into this. And the research I've done has been from the University of Illinois. And do you know what they state on the site? That they've got 30% of the farmers to come on board, 30. But they didn't say how many farmers. They did not say they had 10 farmers and they got 3, or they had 100 and they got 30. And they have said that they would give them 30 acres. Now 30 acres is all they're willing to donate to the growing of Wisconsin in Illinois. And if you look at switchgrass and the Chariton Valley Project, the Chariton Valley Project started growing switchgrass in 1996. In 1996, and it lasted until 2006. It was paid for by the DOE. It was all paid for. And yet today, when I call, this is 2011, the project went for 10 years. It ended in 2006, so it went for 10 years with the DOA and them paying for everything. Then it ended, and then the farmers took over, and today, as of last couple of weeks ago, when I called the power plant, it's no switchgrass. There is nobody selling switchgrass. There was supposedly 6,000 acres, I cannot verify that, but supposedly they put out that they were growing 6,000 acres of switchgrass, and today there's not a farmer growing it. What happened to those farmers? That really worries me. I have tried to call them. I have made phone calls to try to find it, because there was a 3-year interview done by people that wanted to know. And in 3 years, those farmers, it was 80 of them, I believe, had not got a dime. Hadn't received any money yet. And I worried about them. I wondered how many went in and bought new balers and farm equipment. I've seen what happened in the 80s. I was the farmer in the 80s when we were farming 350 acres on the home place and 600, and that we were told to go farm, and we went, and my dad invested lots of money in equipment and combines and stuff to feed the world, and the price went and he went broke. And I worry about this because if you go and buy all this new stuff for this wonderful Wisconsin that's not been planted anywhere, and nobody knows anything about it and has not been burned here in North America at all, and you're telling a man who is living from day to day, because farmers do that, they grow one crop one year to pay for the next, and you're telling him, oh, go invest in all this stuff, and he goes broke, he's the one that pays the price. I asked Purdue about the Chariton Valley Project, and that the burner in Iowa is not burning switchgrass. They don't even have any coming in there. I said that was a failure. In Huntingburg, I said to Purdue, that was a failure. They said, oh no, it wasn't a failure. We burn it. We burn it while whoever's bringing it, we burn it. So that was a success. Well, who was it a success to? It wasn't a success to them farmers because they're not burning it no more. And even Twisted Oats, I think it's Bill Beecher, called me. And he has a little switchgrass that he's got his goats running on, or sheep, sorry, he's got his sheep running on. But he's went back himself to corn and beans.
Okay, I just wanted to know what you were going to use.
Well, that's what they were going to use.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to give you some background on